How you doing, everyone? It's Kevin again. We're here with another video. I'm going to be showing you how to pick a lock and how to make the tools to pick your lock with just a couple simple little tools. I have a pick here, and then I have something to turn the lock with here. Just two little tools. And these two little tools, you could pick an awful lot of locks with just these two little tools. Now, I want to let you guys know, I'm not showing you this video so you can go out and break into people's buildings or anything. The only reason I have these locks right now, or these picks, are because I locked myself out of my garage, and I only have two doors on my garage, and both of them are steel, and my keys were inside the garage. So I made a couple tools so I can open up my garage, because there was no other way for me to get in there, and I had steel doors on there, so it's going to be kind of hard to break down a steel door. So I made a couple lock picks, and I'm going to show you guys how I made them, and I'm going to show you how to pick a lock with them. This is the lock in my bedroom, and you can see you can open it. We'll reach around the back, we'll lock it. Now, I think that picking a lock is more luck than it is, let's say, skill. So what we want to do is we stick our bottom piece in here. This is just to turn the lock with. It's bent on it, and I don't bend it quite at a 90 degree angle so it'll go in there. As you can see, the doorknobs, a lot of them are tapered here, so I'll stick that in there. And then what we're going to do, there's little pins in here, and you can hear them when I go across them. They flip. They got springs in them. This one might have 5 or 6 little pins in there. Now you want to get a little bit of pressure on this one, then you want to go in here and you want to start picking up your pins. Now this may take a while. Sometimes I'll rub it across there, up and down. Just try to get all the locks, all the little pins up. Make sure you get all the way back in the back. I don't think I'd want to be breaking into buildings with these things anyhow. They take forever. But if your keys are locked in there and you need in there bad enough, you'll sit and you'll mess with it until you get it. Like I said, I don't think it's a skill. I think it's just luck that you get that door to unlock. Here are the pins. I'll try it again. If you keep fiddling with it, try it again. There it is. So we just opened the door. So it takes a little bit to pick a lock. It takes a little bit. You know, so don't forget, in some states, these are probably illegal to even carry on you. So I wouldn't be carrying these down the street with me. I'd keep them at home and use them for your own personal use, so you can unlock your door if you get locked out and you don't have the key. This is some of the material I would use to make a pick. A hacksaw blade. You could use a hacksaw blade, sawzall blade, jigsaw blade, just about anything, but I've used an old hacksaw blade. And what I did was I just started grinding, because I know I needed this little tip here. So I just started grinding my metal until I ended up with a little curl on the end. You can see how that's got a curl up on the end of it. And I tried to make this piece from here to the tip of this as long as a key, so I can get all the way in the back. And that looks to be about 1 inch long, maybe 1 1/8 inches, maybe a little bit over 1 inch, this from here up. So it'd be about 1 1/8. And then your little tip on there is going to be about 1/8 inch higher on this side than it is on this bottom, about 1/8 inch. And that will give you the piece to make your pin, to pop your pins up. And then the piece that you use to turn your lock with, you keep the pressure on. This piece here is about 1/2 inch long here. It's about 1/2 inch there on that. This piece here about 1/2 inch. And this is about 1/8 of an inch thick. About 1/8 of an inch on that. So this piece here about 1/8 of an inch. And I didn't bend it. As you can see, it's not exactly a 90-degree angle. It's I'm not sure what angle it is, but it's not all the way 90. You do it however you want to do it. You could do it in 90, but I noticed some of my doorknobs, they kind of taper in, so I kind of left it at not quite a 90. And the material I would use would be a windshield wiper blade. Now this is an older windshield wiper blade, so I mean, I'm sure you could still find them, but you could also make that out of this too. You could make it out of the, but this stainless steel seems to work better. It's a little stronger. Now the new wiper blades, you come up with this piece here. It's a little thinner, but it's that 1/8 inch. You still got that 1/8 inch. This piece may work okay for you out of the new wiper blade, but it's not going to be quite as strong. It's surprisingly strong this way though. You'd be surprised how strong it is with that angle on there and turning it. So this would probably work too. But that's the materials I would use to make my picks. Now you can buy these online, but I'm not buying anything if I can use junk. Old hacksaw blade, all you want to do is take a pair of 10 snips. Let's see, I'll get a measurement on this one. It looks to be about 4 3/4 of an inch long. So 4 3/4. We can measure this thing out. 4 3/4, about right in there. Ain't got to be perfect. And then just snip your blade off. And that's what you're going to start with. Now, what I would do is I just take this to the grinder, grind all the teeth off of here first. Let's get it over to the grinder. Now, working with a grinder, just about any grinder you could use to cut this down. It'd be nice if you had a rough grinding wheel and then a real fine one would work well. And you want to make sure you have a bucket of water, because this piece is going to get super hot. And what I did is I started on the teeth side cutting this down, and once I get it down to, say, the thickness, the 1/8 inch thick on the bottom, once I got down to that 1/8 inch thick on the bottom, I started making my curl. So we'll grind this up just a little bit. Keep dipping it in the water. Keep it cool, because it's going to get hot. Once you get starting to get it close, you can round the back of your pull off. See, what you're trying to get is that curl on the end. We have actually almost the same one. It looks like it might be even a little better. So that's how you would grind it down and turn it into a pick, so you can pick out long. So this one might be even a little better. I got more of a curve straight up on this one, so it looks pretty good. After I got it looking like this here, once I get it down to about like this, what I would do is I would take some sandpaper, get all them little rough edges off there, because we want it to go in there pretty smooth. It might take you a few minutes to sand it down, but get it to where it's set up pretty good there and not too sharp edges. I do think we have a pretty nice looking pick right there. That's basically all you're looking for, is this little piece here, the piece that's bent up. That's your main piece right there. And I'm going to keep that one. This one here has got more of a slope to it, but I'm going to keep this one. I think it looks good. I really like the looks of that pin. Now, as far as this piece here, all you're going to do is you're going to cut it off. I'll tell you just about how long. I'm going to say about 4.5 inches, almost the same as the other piece. So you would just cut this off. I really don't care how long it is. I'm just telling you to give you an idea. 4.5 inches, and then you just want to cut it off the same way. And then what you're going to do is you're going to round it at about 1/8 of an inch. So it's not a big deal on this one here, but I'll do one of them too for you. Okay, don't forget, you want to make sure you got your water now, because it's going to get hot just the same as the other one. So what we're going to do is start off just by cutting it down. Keep it in your water. Now, I didn't cut as really a lot on one side as I do the other. And what I'm doing is I'm just trying to cut one. See, this side here really isn't cut. This side here really isn't cut. It's mainly this side right here. Okay, once we got it down to about like that there, I'll take a little bit more off of this edge right here. And they do get hot. Man, do they get hot quick. Okay, that's about what I want right there. So I got the one edge cut. This edge here is cut. This one I really didn't do anything to this side. So what we're going to do, we're going to go over there and we're going to bend this piece. Okay, once we have it like this, we're just going to take this piece here, about right in there somewhere, and we're just going to give it a bend. Now, I don't like the all the way 90-degree angle. I try to get it to not quite 90 degrees. I could go just a little bit more on that, but I think that's actually pretty good. And then the same process, sand off them sharp edges. Try to get all them sharp edges off of there. Now, I have a new set of picks here I could use for my own personal use. There's my old set, and there's my new set. Now, what I do a lot of times is I'll wrap tape around this, and that'll help, you know, because after a while picking, you know, it gets pretty rough on your hands. So you can wrap a little tape around there if you'd like.
Now, as I said, I do believe that if you were carrying these up and down the street, you're probably gonna get in trouble. So keep them at your own house. Now, if there would happen to be an apocalypse or something like that, and you needed to get in somewhere where there was some food or something like that, I'm sure that these little lock picks would come in handy for that type of situation. Or if, you know, at your own house you get locked out or something. But I wouldn't suggest going out and picking locks even for other people that much, unless you make sure that whatever you're picking is for sure their property and not somebody else's, because then again, you're probably going to go to jail. So I hope everybody enjoyed my video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment if you'd like. Until next time.